Hi, I'm Jerry Cirillo, Director of the Boyden Library, and as the Library Trustees prepare to go to town meeting in May of 2010 with a request for funding for an addition and renovation of the Boyden Library, we thought a video tour of the library might prove to be instructive. We're beginning our tour of the library on the mezzanine in front of the Library Director's office, which, as you can see, has walls that do not quite reach the ceilings. This office was constructed here on the mezzanine as a response to the lack of overall office space in the library, and is something that does not work as well, I think, as it was intended to. We'll also take a look at the stack areas on the mezzanine. Up until the 90s, the mezzanine was completely empty, and we have filled this with book stacks, mysteries, science fiction, westerns, and 3 new sets of stacks at the Bird Street end of the mezzanine, which contain the biographies and large print materials. Once we take a look at the mezzanine stacks, we will also take a sort of panoramic look at the main floor of the library from the Bird Street end of the mezzanine, and then work our way down to the main floor. The 3 sets of stacks we're looking at now, which contain the biography collection and the large print collection, are the most recently installed stacks on the mezzanine level, and this pretty much takes up all of the free space on the mezzanine. Books here from biographies and large print were moved from the main floor in order to ease the crunch on the stacks on the main floor. And I think what you can see here is that we're using every available space to its full capacity, and we're getting to the point where we just don't have any more available space to use. Looking at the library from this perspective, you get the illusion that there is a lot of space because of the high ceilings rising up some 20 feet from the floor on the main level. But if you take a closer look at the stacks, you'll see that many of them are filled to capacity, and in many cases we're 7 shelves high, where we would customarily use 6 shelves were space not a problem. The tables and chairs, seating for readers and students, occupy the rest of the available floor space. If we were to put in some more stacks on the main floor, we would lose our seating space. I'm going to take the library's elevator down to the main floor. This is the original elevator, constructed in 1968, and we're having some difficulty with finding parts for repairs to the elevator. The library elevator really is too small to meet current building code, and many of our users who are in motorized wheelchairs or using large strollers or double strollers really can't fit in and make their way to our 3 levels. I'm here at the library's main circulation desk. Again, another piece of equipment that's original to the building. And as you look behind the desk, you can see that the quarters for the staff are pretty well cramped, with not a lot of usable space remaining. We're in the Adult Services Librarian's office, adjacent to the staff work area, and the Adult Services Librarian also shares her office, this time not with another staff member, but with the library's telecommunications equipment. This is our connection to the sales network and to the internet. Usually it's in a separate room with climate control, but here it shares the office space. We're now down on the lower level of the library in the children's room, and I'm standing beside the children's librarian's office. This desk in the middle of the floor, which many people think is the reference or information desk, is actually the only space our children's librarian has to do her book ordering and story time planning and all the other work she needs to do to keep this children's room running. Now this is where the real behind-the-scenes part of the tour begins. We're looking into the library's boiler room, which houses the library's HVAC system, and many of the parts and pieces of that system are original to the 1968 building. We've done a lot of repairs to the heating system over the years and keep it limping along, but as we look toward a renovation and addition to this building, The heating system is one thing we're really looking forward to getting replaced. We're going to conclude our tour here at the lower level lobby, the entrance that's used by library customers coming in from the parking lot. This is also an area where we've experienced some site drainage problems, and in the rainstorm of last June 27th, I believe it was, we experienced some severe flooding here with water at about 14 inches high coming into the building. Luckily, our staff was in the building at the time, and a quick response from them helped us minimize the damage. But our below ground level ductwork was filled with water, and our vinyl asbestos floor tiles tend to get loosened up as they keep getting wet from the occasional flooding that we experience in this area. We appreciate your taking the time to do this quick video tour of the library, and please remember that we're always available to take you on a tour of the library in person whenever you need to. As we said at the beginning of the tour, we do have a plan for the addition and renovation of the original 42-year-old Boyden Library, and that plan will be voted on in the town election and at town meeting this coming May. We hope that this video tour will give you the kind of information you need to make an informed decision at both the town election and the town meeting. Thank you.